Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC. Got another really cool one for you today. This is a prototype from Mallery Designs, and this is the Spectra. Can't wait to check it out. Well, all right. I had a short turnaround with this one because I want to be able to get this on to the next person. Mallery Designs put this into a pass round, and I just want to thank him for that. This is a really awesome opportunity to handle this prototype blade. These are live right now on the website. I will link it in the description of this video for you guys to check out. The Spectra pre-order is live, and there's only 200 spots available. They are OEM'd by Artisan Cutlery, and they are absolutely amazing. So this is an absolute great buy. $175 right now. You're getting a full titanium frame and handle, nice chamfered all the way around. You got that nice long back spacer, fills everything up. I like how it pokes out just a little bit here to leave room for the blade, which we'll talk about here in a second. It is a frame lock with a steel insert, done very well. Nice milled clip, very minimal badging, which I absolutely love. His logo is really cool, and he just did it right there on the edge of the clip, which is done very well. You have a S35 VN blade. It is long, it is thin. The whole profile of this is long and thin. You have belt satin finish on that M390 to that really well placed opening hole that is attractive but also effective at the same time. You got a little bit of jimping right back here on the spine, done fairly well. You could have extended it a little bit, but I don't really care because I'm not a big fan of jimping anyway. But I know those of you who are may have liked it to extend just a little bit further on top of that spine, but I know maybe getting over that hole would have been a little bit interesting to do. Artisan Cutlery did a very good job with the top of the blade. It is nice and rounded and kind of smoothed up. And you have this nice long thin blade and long thin handle. If you have big meaty hands, this thing is going to disappear in your hand. Let me move this out of the way so you guys can get a better look. I have had knives on the channel before that were small but felt big, and this is kind of a big knife that feels small because although this does have some nice length to it, it just feels small because it's so nice and thin. And man, is it a slicey little thing too, man. This thing just slices. You get nice and thin at the edge. It goes down to almost nothing, and it does very well. The handle is comfortable, little block, but because it's so small, you can place it anywhere in your hand and it's going to work. You can pinch it, you can maneuver it however you want. I like how it kind of dips in here and it gets your fingers locked in. That area right there is done very well, and you're locked in, you're ready to make any of the cuts that you need to make. The action is really smooth. I kind of have been struggling with the front flipper. I can do it, but I think the geometry of this, if it was sticking out just a little bit more, might be a little easier. On the website, it is listed that there might be some potential changes, but I don't care because I would much rather use these well-placed opening holes to open the blade than the flipper tab. That is much easier for me to manipulate the blade than trying to do the front flip anyway. So, and then when the blade is open, everything disappears and you have that nice thin profile. And it's done, again, very well. The access to the lock bar is done very well. They chamfered off both sides and milled both sides of the titanium frame lock. There is no interior cutouts or anything, but this thing is not very heavy whatsoever because you're talking such a nice thin profile. They don't really need to remove any weight because it's nice and thin and balanced appropriately for the size of this blade. Like I said, this is a kind of a large knife that feels small. So you can actually see that in the size comparisons. If I put this up against the Rat 2, it's actually much larger than the Rat 2, which is interesting because at first glance you might think it's not that big when it actually is. There it is versus the Civivi Elementum. And then something that will kind of dwarf it in length. It dwarfs it in length, but the overall profile is much different than, of course, the Para 3. So what are we looking for? This is a 3.4 inch blade. So yeah, 3.4 inch blade. And overall, let's see, it's not listed on the website. So let's see, what is it overall? Overall is just a little over 7.5 overall. So yeah, that's a nice sized blade. So you're getting a nice blade, nice handle ratio, and it is done very, very well. I am looking forward to seeing this sell out. He is doing some amazing designs, and his blades do very well. And you know what I see about this one? I see a lot of potential with customizing this handle. I've seen a lot of people do some really cool stuff with titanium, and I think this might be a perfect example of a knife that when people get it, they're going to want to start anodizing and do fun stuff with that titanium handle on that blade. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what you guys are doing with the 200 of these that sell. It should be pretty stinking cool. So guys, go check out the Mallery Designs Spectra pre-order. You gotta get in because these will not last long. He does say on his website the production time is usually a 3-month process. So once you get in, it's gonna be a while before we get these in from Artisan Cutlery, but that is just part of the deal. When you're getting these made by OEM, it takes a while to get them in so that they can get shipped out to you, especially with the current issues we're dealing with right now from that area of the world. So anyway, I really hope you guys like this one. Ah, man, it's really classy, really looking good. Really love the blade shape and the handle shape, and put those two together. Winning combo, a nice thin, slicey, nice small package. It fits well in your pocket. Again, a larger knife that feels small. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, the choice is always yours.